अमेरिका में राष्ट्रपति चुनाव की जो रेस है वो कांटे का मुकाबला बन चुकी है। माना जा रहा है कि बीते कई सालों के अंदर ये ऐसी राष्ट्रपति पद के चुनाव की रेस है जिसके अंदर महज कुछ सीटों से या कुछ इलेक्टोरल वोट से फैसला हो सकता है। कमला हैरिस और डोनाल्ड ट्रंप के बीच में ये मुकाबला है और हमारे साथ आज बातचीत करने के लिए डेलीगेट हैं मिसिसिपी के इलाके से और भारतीय मूल के भी हैं डॉक्टर संपत शिवांगी। बहुत स्वागत है सर आपका। और मेरा पहला सवाल इसी चीज को लेकर है कि अमेरिका के अंदर जो चुनाव है वो तो डेलीगेट्स तय करते हैं। डेलीगेट्स का जो वोट है वो तय करेगा। आप खुद एक डेलीगेट हैं मिसिसिपी में, आपका वोट सबसे मायने रखेगा। लेकिन ये रेस जो है ये इतनी टफ नेल बाइटिंग रेस कैसे होती चली जा रही है? अभी भी माना जा रहा है कि ऊंट किसी भी करवट बैठ सकता है।
Trump had
जी
a
जी
tough time in last 4 years. He had several lawsuits against him, and many of them went against him. And he's a tough guy, a rich uh, gentleman, and he attracts a lot of adversity. But he may still win. It's my feeling. I was in Milwaukee as a delegate at the convention. I was the only Indian delegate out of hundreds of people there. I met him. I met Vice President Senator Was. They are very confident they will win. As of today, of course, in morning, NBC News gave Kamala Harris 3% more voting, count than Trump. But see, even in 8 years ago, when President Trump contested against Hillary Clinton, he had no chance. They didn't give him any chance. They all kind of assumed that Hillary will be the next president. It didn't happen. So he might surprise us tomorrow, tomorrow's election, and day after tomorrow. But tomorrow will be the final campaign for anybody can do in the US. So I think he's a tough guy, and it's hard to defeat him because last election there was a lot of issues against him, and that led to one to another, and he had to accept the defeat. But I think, in my account, I'm here in the party for 48 years, and the Republican Party, but all are united to make sure he's elected. It's good for the US, it's good for the world, because in 4 years of his presidency, there was not a single war. If he was the president, I don't think there would be issue of Ukraine. I don't think China or Pakistan would wag their tails against India. Also, he's tough on them. As you know, yesterday he almost gave a warning to those who oppose India. Will not be accepted. So actually, what happened a week ago, in the voting was coming in, and the Indians were not mentioned at all. Indian American voting came to prominence only 4 or 5 days ago when Asian American counting came. Actually, I had to talk to Trump campaign people. I said, "You have forgotten Indian Americans." Of course, they may make only 2%, but still, we are very vocal. We are an educated class. Probably we're the richest class of any Americans, because as you know, Indians are the highest per capita income, highest college education, and we are the top, not only top 10, top first. We are there, and then why are you, we are not mentioned anything. Because I would try to talk to Kamala Harris. She has a reason not to be friendly with India. When she was a US Senator 6 years ago, not even Vice President, I talked to her. I questioned her. I said, "Why you are avoiding India, Indian Americans? You are Indian heritage. Your mother was very, very fond of India, and your grandfather. You have such a rapport. Why are you not?" He never said, "Oh, I mean, I have Indian heritage." Maybe he must have mentioned about her mother being Indian, not herself. So I thought, of course, she's not Indian American, I agree. But she has Indian heritage. I'm in America, I'm American, but I am more Indian than American. So, so I'm here for 50 years, but still, I haven't
Yeah.
forgotten my roots. I still remember every day 50 times my country. So of course I may be different, but the way we
Hmm.
are brought up that way, I think I am.
Hmm.
Even though I'm here for 48 years, I'm starting a cancer hospital in India on my name. 400 bed cancer hospital will be now inaugurated by President of India, Murmu. Now, I'm not trying to
जी.
show off, but I'm saying I've not forgotten my
Hmm.
country. It is in my heart and soul. Every day,
Hmm.
I pray for my country,
Hmm.
for my parents. Maybe I'm different, but and I don't want
Hmm.
everything to be there. She should have at least 5% uh, allegiance to
Hmm.
India, I feel. And I wrote an article in
Do you
Wall
think that
Street.
do you
Hmm.
think that it is a factor? आपको लगता है कि ये आपको लगता है कि ये एक फैक्टर है जिस पे इंडियन अमेरिकन अपना वोट डिसाइड कर सकते हैं?
वही तो है ये भी उसका भी once he's getting I'm told now
Hmm.
as of yesterday she may get 30 to 40% of Indian American votes. Huh? That's
Hmm.
because people do not know the history,
Hmm.
geography, or her background. She thinks Kamala is an Indian name,
Hmm.
so we'll vote for Kamala. So there
Hmm.
is not, they are not
Hmm.
thinking what we should do, what we should not do. So she may still get 30 to
Hmm.
40% of Indian American votes. Trump may get 50. And
Hmm.
as of today, I'm told he will get 50 to 55% Indian American votes. So where the other
Hmm.
votes will go? Say they have to go
Hmm.
to Kamala Harris. So whether she likes India or not, she's getting votes.
Hmm.
Not maybe majority, but some votes she'll get. Because people do
Hmm.
not analyze as
Hmm.
I'm doing it, but
अच्छा.
everybody has to be same as me. They have a feeling
Hmm.
Kamala
लेकिन
is.
एक सवाल सर
Um,
कैंपेन में एक सवाल प्रेसिडेंट डोनाल्ड ट्रंप के पूरे कैंपेन को लेकर खड़ा भी किया जा रहा है। यहाँ भी मैं डीसी में इस समय मौजूद हूँ और यहाँ भी लोगों से अगर आप बात करें तो एक जो आशंका है 6 जनवरी को जो हुआ उसके बाद वैसी चीज फिर से हो सकती है। ये एक आशंका लोगों के अंदर है। डोनाल्ड ट्रंप वर्डिक्ट को स्वीकार नहीं करेंगे। ये भी लगातार कई लोग जो हैं ये सवाल उठा रहे हैं। कई कमेंटेटर्स भी ये तमाम चीजें कह रहे हैं। डोनाल्ड ट्रंप को लेकर ये आशंका के सवाल आखिर हैं क्यों?
आप बोल रहे हैं सही बोल रहे हैं but I think he has learned a lesson. It won't be repetition of what happened 4 years ago. The world has taught him a lesson. All his voters have taught him a lesson. Yeah, it's possible he may not win with all the things what is happening. I'm confident doesn't mean he's going to win, but it's possible. I don't think he will repeat the history what was done 4 years ago. I think he's a more learned man, and his supporters or those who back him, I don't think they will let him do it. See, the other thing he had 4 years ago, he had White House in his hand. Okay, the whole power of the world was in his hand. And now, what he has today, nothing, zero. He has no power. He cannot. He may scream, shout all day, but who is going to worry about it? No, if if by chance Kamala wins, she is the president. Nobody can deny that. We have to be fair,
Yeah.
honest,
Yes.
and see that time. He had all the power in the world. Nobody could go against him. He could say that. He may not, if necessarily he may not have scope or a chance to speak against the election if he loses. Of course, he wins. He is the biggest master of the shows of all times. But I hope he wins and things will not happen.
भारत में कई लोगों को ऐसा लगता है सर कि डोनाल्ड ट्रंप यदि आएंगे तो भारत के साथ रिश्ते ज्यादा बेहतर होंगे। लेकिन आप जैसे जो लोग हैं जो कि यूएस में हैं बहुत लंबे समय से, अब इंडिया यूएस रिलेशन को भी बढ़ते हुए देख रहे हैं, क्या आपको लगता है कि भारत और यूएस के रिलेशन इस जगह पे हैं कि कोई भी डिस्पेंसेशन अगर चेंज हो भी जाता है तो लार्जली रिलेशनशिप प्रोटेक्टेड है, या कुछ चीजें ऐसी हैं जो लीडरशिप की का जो इंडिविजुअल रोल होता है उससे डिसाइड होती है?
I think, as far as we know, he's very fond of India. Actually, he gave a statement, 2 lines of statement. One is he's friend of India and fan of Indian Americans. These were two big sentences coming out of him in the last week of the election. He still says he's a fan of India, a friend of India, a friend of Indian Americans or Indians. So that makes a lot of sense. He's going to keep. I don't think he will differ on that basis. I don't think there will be war in Ukraine. War will be stopped because he's very close to President of Russia, Vladimir Putin, and of course, he's NATO is afraid of him because he is the one. NATO was not paying their dues for 50 years. They haven't paid any dues. America used to pay all the NATO expenses. He made them to pay within 6 months. They had to clean up all their account, and then only they can be member of NATO. He's a tough guy. So a lot of Europeans may not
तो
like
डॉक्टर
him.
शिवांगी, आप मिल्वॉकी में डेलीगेट हैं जी। जी, मिल्वॉकी में आप डेलीगेट हैं और डेलीगेट्स का जो वोट है वो पॉपुलर वोट के बाद डाला जाएगा। हमने देखा है हिलरी क्लिंटन और डोनाल्ड ट्रंप की रेस में पॉपुलर वोट से ज्यादा जो है वो डेलीगेट का वोट मैटर करता है जी।
वो तो है, वो इज कॉलेज, electoral college, that will go by the state, not by individual votes. That will be after even he wins, let's say Tuesday, either on a party they win, it doesn't mean there's the final. There's the electoral votes, it goes by the state. And they will, each state has a delegate, and they have to vote at the end. And that will decide the election of the presidency. That is the difference between our India, our country, and US. We don't have a college system in India. With the simple majority, one vote, you get extra, you are the winner. But you may be winner here, but not officially. Unless
सर,
electoral college,
क्योंकि आप पहले भी डेलीगेट रह चुके हैं रिपब्लिकन पार्टी के लिए, लेकिन ये प्रोसेस, ये तस्वीर जो है वो कितने समय में क्लियर हो जाएगी? यानी राष्ट्रपति कौन बनेगा, ये क्या काउंटिंग
within a week. That's why the vote taking ceremony,
राष्ट्रपति कौन बनेगा ये कितने दिन में क्लियर हो जाएगा? क्या उसी समय?
Within 3 to 4 days. Within 3 to 4 days. And actually, vote taking ceremony is on January 20th in Washington D.C. That's a fixed date. So they have plenty of time to transfer power and work on all the details of the power sharing or power transfer. Say almost 2 months. The November 5, December 5, January 5, and January 20th is the oath-taking ceremony of the president. So almost 2.5 months, you have time to work on all the.
सर, हमको जानकारी मिल रही है कि डोनाल्ड ट्रंप जो हैं वो फ्लोरिडा के अंदर रहेंगे। वो जो इलेक्शन नाइट है वो भी फ्लोरिडा में होगी, पार्टी भी जो है वो उनकी फ्लोरिडा में होगी। तो क्या आप भी जा रहे हैं फ्लोरिडा?
Yeah, 99%. I've already been invited. I'm going there. I was there during last election, and I'll be there at this time also. I'm one of his big supporters and fundraisers for him. So I'll be there. I know his sons, most sons are good friends of mine. And, we have like family relationship.
तो चलिए सर, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया वक्त निकालने के लिए, हमसे बातचीत करने के लिए। और उम्मीद की जानी चाहिए कि अमेरिका की जनता जो है वो जब 5 नवंबर को वोट डालेगी तो उसके बाद तस्वीर साफ हो जाएगी अमेरिका का नया राष्ट्रपति कौन होगा। इसको लेकर दुनिया भर के अंदर कई लोगों की उम्मीदें हैं, बहुत सारे जो अपेक्षाएं हैं, लेकिन भारत के अंदर जो लोगों की उम्मीद है, अपेक्षा है, वो यही है कि भारत और अमेरिका के जो रिश्ते हैं वो भी बेहतर हों और एक म्यूचुअल रेस्पेक्ट का जो रिलेशन है वो आगे बढ़े दोनों देशों के बीच।
नहीं, वो he became president. See, one thing I want to compare, just last 1 minute. See, when President Biden invited Prime Minister Modi ji to White House, first time about 3 years ago, Modi ji came. I was invited into the White House, and we, of course, Modi ji discussed with Biden. Then next room, Modi ji and Kamala Harris, they had a one-to-one talk, and I was in the second row. We were just watching what discussion was going on. Modi ji, I'm telling you, I don't want to use the word. Literally, he begged her come to India, she will have the biggest heroic welcome in India because people consider she is Indian, going to be vice president. You'll do such a great deal. Please come.
Yeah.
She went all over the world except India.
Yeah.
So Modi ji is not happy with her. And if she becomes president, India is going to be president of Quad, which was decided last month in Washington. And if she becomes president, the next Quad meeting is in
You mean to say
New
that she
Delhi.
did not?
She did not go to India. She went all over the world except India.
Yeah.
What does it show?
Yeah.
No, she doesn't want to be identified as Indian because she's going to lose to 18% of the votes. If she is African American, Black American, she's going to 20% American votes because 15% African American, 5% from Puerto Rico, Jamaica, all people are going to vote for her. She has to look after her interest. So I don't know. I am not going to blame
all these
her.
countries.
Her decision.
Yeah, the ethnicity matters. Yeah.
No. So no, I felt so bad that Modi ji almost really, I mean, I don't want to use the word begging, almost it amounted to that, but she didn't care. She didn't care about going to India. She never said a word. Of course, she mentioned about her mother. Even I'm told in the White House, not White House, Vice President's house, she has a cook, Indian cook. She loves idli, dosa, and all that. She enjoys it. She in heart she has an Indian feeling, but outside she doesn't want to show. That may be political motivation, political interest. What can we say? Barabar hai na? Thank you so much. You were so good.
In any case, sir, it's going to be a historic. Yeah, thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. I enjoyed speaking to you.
Thank you very much,
call
sir.
me
Thank you
anytime.
very much, sir.
Namaste. Namaste, Pranay also.
Thank you.
Namaste.
Sure, sir.
Bye-bye.
Sure. Thank you very much.
अगर आप ये वीडियो YouTube पर देख रहे हैं तो हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर बेल आइकन दबाएं और Facebook पर देख रहे हैं तो हमारे पेज को लाइक करें। 8 मिलियन प्लस सब्सक्राइबर, आपके इस भरोसे के लिए बहुत धन्यवाद।